At a party given by a billionaire on Shelter Island, Kurt Vonnegut informs his pal, Joseph Heller, that their host, a hedge fund manager, has made more money in a single day than Heller has earned from his wildly popular novel, Catch-22, over its whole history. Heller responds, yes, but I have something he will never have. Enough. I've been thinking about this quote recently. It's from The Psychology of Money, and it's been in my mind since I've been playing a lot of games that involve grinding. Hi, McAllister here with Toasty DIY, and I just wanted to talk for a moment about why I've enjoyed the new old-school RuneScape game mode, Leagues, and what I think the grind means for our games and how we enjoy them. If you've played RuneScape, you'll know that it can be a very tedious game. There's a lot of tasks that require point-click with different variations on the format. Maybe it's go to the bank, click on the items you want, withdraw them, take them to somewhere, click on a thing, and then take them back to the bank to deposit them. That'd be what rune crafting usually follows. Grab your items, take them there, click on the thing, go back, repeat. For wood cutting, you stand next to a tree, and guess what? Chop the tree. And a lot of these tasks are just a simple matter of click and wait. And yet RuneScape is gaining popularity. It's one of the two MMOs that's still gaining players. And a lot of people think it's due to nostalgia because when you look at these graphics, you don't necessarily scream quality up front. To people like me, there's a heavy dose of nostalgia with the graphics, and the soundscape, though, I still think is timeless. However, when it comes to RuneScape, it asks you for a lot of your time. And a lot of games ask you for that now, whether you're grinding a battle pass in Fortnite or grinding for XP in an MMO, maybe Path of Exile players out there if you want to start a new build and you want to get new characters, or even games like Legend of Zelda that ask for a lot of your time completing shrines and all these extra activities they put out there. While some of these more flagrantly want you to stay online and check in every day, all these games are asking for your time. That's what makes them enjoyable. Art that sits in a museum is just awaiting a viewer, and your games sit in your storage drive and await a player. Of course, online games have a bigger incentive to draw you in, but while I've been playing RuneScape, there's a setting turned on that has made the game very different for me, and that is Iron Man mode. If you ever played a game with a player-driven market, then you know that you can skip a lot of grinds by just purchasing the things. So you can spend time doing an activity you do enjoy to earn gold, to then spend that gold to bypass an activity you don't enjoy. However, in RuneScape's Iron Man mode, there is no trading between players. However, everything is boosted and faster because of Leagues, this special game mode they have running for the season. I think it's about 40 days left. It still requires that you do everything on your own, which is the first time for me in RuneScape. I've always avoided certain tasks, but now I'm having to learn way more about the game than I ever have, and it's changed my opinion on how grinds work in games. I think that we can all look back to a time where we played Minecraft, or most of us can pick a crafting or survival game that we really enjoyed, and we got into it maybe without the wiki, and we just got on there for the first time. And you got on, and if it didn't click for you, you probably got off and called it done. But I don't think many of us, when our friends ask us, hey, you want to play Minecraft? Think of defeating the Ender Dragon first. That's maybe the middle step, when that is actually the end of the game. But that's the step that comes before flight, which allows you to build farther away, easier, navigate, and all of these sorts of things. So I think that the cool thing about those games is they ask you to create your own goal in order to enjoy them. A lot of sandbox games do this, and I think it's a lot of fun. But in RuneScape and Minecraft and all these games, since there's no set end goal, what keeps you coming back, clicking on the tree hour after hour, mining that 1,000th block of cobblestone just to try to find one diamond? That's why I think this quote has been on my mind, because when it comes to having enough in these games, you never really do. But the fun part is setting a goal, and when you reach it, you decide whether maybe you're done playing. Maybe creating an Enderman farm was all that you really wanted, or maybe achieving that final party hat for the first time is really all you want in the account. And then you're done. If you look up people that play RuneScape online, you'll find many different people who play, but a lot of them create these challenge-based accounts. It's super interesting. I've recently been getting into Magic the Gathering, and you'll find that there's tons of different formats and ways to enjoy the game. I think that's a mark, this staple of a really, really fun game. Back in the day when you'd play Black Ops, you would maybe play for fun for a while, you'd do some online matches, but then your friend would say, hey, want to play Mike Myers? And that fun for me has been gone from the game for a long time, so Black Ops isn't a big one. With Gary's mod, you may hop on and start, and then you may find the Dark RP servers, and you find out that you can play a mob boss and do these other side objectives when there is no set end goal. You can just put in time for the effort of maybe completing the small purpose that you find fun, whether that's create as much mayhem on the server as possible, or maybe it's to become the richest man. These games that invite you to create your own ways to enjoy them are truly peak gaming in my opinion. Whether that's deciding to play Elden Ring naked for the 50th time, or maybe trying an all consumables run. When a game is good, you want to find other ways to enjoy it. And I just think that's super cool. And these games, when people do that, usually end up being harder on themselves, causing more time to be put in. And when I watch these builds, I'm always left to wonder what inspires these people to grind like this. I think it's super cool, but yet I never seem to have that chutzpah to get myself to sit down and play a game as persistently as these people do. And what I think is so great is when you have set these goals for yourself and you push and push to achieve them, you find these small benchmarks along the way. You may set out to beat the quest Priest in Peril, or maybe set out to see how far you can push an account in only one chunk of the map. There's these benchmarks along the way. Last night, my brother and I were playing Iron Man Men for the first time, and I asked my brother what he's doing, and he took a different approach than me. When I started the game, my first thought was just grind to a high level and then find the gear through drops. I didn't want to do any work to make it, so I thought I'll just keep grinding my level. So I was, taking a lot more rests and having to go for food because I just wanted to fight things without having armor. And meanwhile, he started smithing immediately, but he ran into a wall where he wanted to be more efficient and he wanted a steel pickaxe. Well, you're locked to one region at the start of this year's leagues, and I don't know if that's how it's been in the past, but only being able to be in Mistalin, we looked up how he can get a steel pickaxe, and the way he decided on was these members. They're called the Ham members, and they take almost nothing to kill, but they have a chance of dropping a steel pickaxe. My brother and I have played RuneScape since before the G, like I said, so we have a pretty good knowledge of what the game is like on a surface level. We've never gotten super into raids or doing the fight caves or any of these harder experiences, but we're both very fluent in the game's terminology and what it kind of wants from you. However, when he hit that steel pickaxe last night, and every time he got a drop of maybe 23 or 45 gold, it was an actual worthy item. In a lot of games, once you've gotten past a certain point, it's sorting through the trash for the things you need, which can be a fun experience, of course, this fun game of which out of these 10 items actually helps me. But this Iron Man mode experience has gotten me to realize the fun of accomplishing these things through higher effort. I'm not sure that I have the bandwidth to do this on a lot of games, but I'd be curious what you all think about this sort of grind. Do you think that the ones that take longer and are harder are worth it? Or is it only worth it to people that have 10 hours a day to play the game? I don't know if I would like the game more if I could only achieve such a small goal every day. But the problem with the larger grind is if I set my goalpost at level 90, which will take me months to perform and to get, I don't know that I'll have so much fun along the way. These accounts with Iron Man make you work hard for every little bit that you get, and I think that's a really cool thing. So it makes me think back to that quote on when you have enough. The book Psychology of Money, where I got that quote from, does push that the idea of the having enough is a hard goal to have in life, to set the goalpost down and then to not move it again. It's a lot like being the dog that tries to catch a tire. It's a lot of fun while it's moving, but once you've caught it, you look around for what's next. This might have been a kind of scattered video, but I just wanted to talk about why RuneScape has been so fun to me. I do invite you, if you want to play RuneScape Leagues, $15 actually, now I think about it, because you do have to do the members account, but it is a good time, and if there's more than the amount of membership left, if you've never played the game before, I think it's a cool way to experience it, because you get to do these modified XP rates and experience the game for the first time while it's very fast-paced. You get these special buffs, and it's very nice laid-out tasks versus the more sandbox game where you may not know where or what you need to do next. This game helps a lot, and I've had a really good time. It's got me thinking about what else I might need to look at and start working on and chipping away at in my real life outside of the game, because once you set these goals, if you can set smaller, more achievable ones, you're more likely to act on them, and this game has been a perfect little dopamine hit every so many feet for what you do. So thank you all for watching. Like I said, comment down below, and peace.